Hi everybody, today we are doing the Disappearing 9 patch for our Saturday demo. I'm sorry I'm not here with you in person, but that's okay because I've given you a pattern that you can kind of follow along with. I'm going to give you a QR code at the bottom of the pattern, and I'm going to show you what I am demoing with pictures. Yay! So the first thing we're going to do is go in and make a 9 patch. 9 patches are so fun and so easy to make. You're going to start off with 3 strips of fabric, whatever width you like. So in this case, we cut them 3.5 inches by the width of fabric, 3.5 inches, 3.5 inches. Then sew those 3 strips of fabric together. The next thing you're going to do, and I know this doesn't match in a minute, next thing we're going to do is cut these at 3.5 inches wide because that's what we used for our original strip size. So you're going to cut them into 3.5 inch wide strips, and you're going to cut 3 of them. Now, in order to get a variation of colors, you want to do 2 different colors of strips. So in this case, I have the blue running through the middle. In the next strips, I would do the blue on the outsides right here with the yellow in the middle, okay? So now we have started to cut off our little pieces. This would be 3.5 inches also. What we're gonna do at that point is with the alternating ones, we're gonna put an alternating color right here. We are going to sew these strips together so that you end up with a proper 9 patch, just like this. You can see my strips that I cut right here, and I alternated one, and I have the 9 patch. So you can stop right here because these are a lot of fun and it's a very traditional block, and they are fun to use. You can also do it like I Spy quilts and stuff if you want to do it that way, but we're going to make this disappear into something different. We are going to take this and cut it right in half. So if I know my halfway mark right here is going to be, this is 3 inches. I know my halfway mark here from this line to right here is 1.5. So that's where I'm going to measure because I don't want to measure the whole thing. So I'm measuring 1.5 right here. I'm going to cut like that. And then I'm going to do it again so that when I'm finished, I have 4 even blocks just like this that came right out of my 9 patch. Okay, y'all with me so far? Yes? Then we're gonna make this disappear by just turning 2 of our blocks. I'm gonna take this one, turn it right there. I'm gonna take this one, turn it right there. I have a whole new block and a whole new look on how this is going to work. I'm going to sew these 2 together and these 2 together. When I have my 2 pieces together like that, I'm just going to sew this piece to this piece, and I have that together. You're going to have a block that looks just like this. These 2 are the same thing. And look how pretty that looks. If you want to have these little pieces going the same direction, you can do that. Or you can put them in different directions like this. You get a different look and you end up with another big block, kind of like a little pyramid going with it right here. You've got those 2 options just by taking those and turning 2 corners. Another option that you can have with that same idea, I'm going to put my blocks back up. This is how we started, right? Before we cut them in half. We cut them in half and in half. So the next thing that I can do, we're going to make a pinwheel. I'm going to turn this block. I'm going to turn this one. I'm going to turn all 4 of them this time. I'm going to turn this one. No, I'm not. Here we go. Right there. And I'm going to turn this one. And I have a pinwheel right there. A little pinwheel. So you're going to end up with pinwheel blocks just like this. 2 pinwheel blocks. So much fun. And as you continue to build it, it will continue to build more pinwheel blocks right here. Plus, look right here. You can also get kind of a different block going on right there. So you've got two different ways to do this. Have some fun. Alternate colors in there. Here's another one. I threw in an extra color in there that I didn't have. I can take this, alternating my colors, put it in right here. I've got something completely different going on. I've got a little bit of color here, a different one right here in an L shape. There are so many things you can do with this that are just so much fun to do. And I would say, sit down, start playing with them, see what you can come up with. I keep wanting to turn it that way. Let's see. Oh. Don't try this at home, kids. You have another block right there, and you can just really have so much fun with these. So I'm glad you joined us today. Grab a pattern if you don't have one already. If you don't remember how this went, look it up with the QR code. It's going to be right there on YouTube. Thank you. We'll see you next Saturday.